Get ready for sports laughs and puro Latino flavor with Talk About Sports. Join myself, former MLB star Adrian Gonzalez, and comedian influencer Jay Mendoza for the inside scoop on all things sports. We'll break down the stats, debate the hottest takes, and take you behind the scenes with exclusive athlete interviews. Expect hilarious banter, wild sports stories, and those weird superstitions you won't believe. It's a sports podcast like no other, hosted by two chingon Latinos who bring the heat on and off the field. Welcome to another episode of Taco About Sports. Jay, you were asking, why didn't I do the push-up?
Because you owe me 100 push-ups.
No, but see,
100.
But see,
I won that bet, Adrian.
No, okay, initially, you won the bet, but Ryan Garcia has his B samples being tested May 22nd, and if he comes out positive, the boxing commission might reverse the decision and strip the W to a no contest, and even go as far as turning it to a Haney win. So maybe you owe me push-ups. So you know what? I was paying my debt, and then I thought about it. I was like, no, not yet. Too early.
Does it even out, though? Because you still didn't give me the 100 push-ups. You gave me half of one.
Well, I know.
So does it even out?
But what if it turns into a Haney win? Then you owe me 100 push-ups.
Hey, I don't know if I could do 100 push-ups, bro.
Hey, I'll take 10 sets of 10.
He said I got all day.
I'll take it in pesos.
Hey, so they might take the W away then.
They might take the W away. Can you believe that? I mean, everybody knows who won in the ring, right? Haney is all about having that zero for some reason, even though everybody saw it. It's not a zero.
But in your heart, though,
he wants it.
Do you care about the record, or you just care that you knocked him down?
If I'm the boxer, I won the fight.
Yeah. You
know what I mean? Like, I won the fight. Haney's gonna come up with everything he can, saying, "Well, it wasn't fair. You cheated. You know, you came in overweight." Which I saw the complaint that he did to the commission, to the boxing commission, and he stated, you know, he took steroids, he did this and that, and he knowingly came in overweight. And I'm like, how's that a complaint? You agreed to it and you took the money. So how can you complain? So does he have to
return the money?
Well, that's my point. Is if the commission was to reverse it, and that was part of the complaint, then I think he should return the money, right?
Haney, you got to give the money back.
You got to give the money back, Haney. If they reverse it and they give you the W, you got to give that money back.
Give the money back.
Ryan should get that money back.
Hey,
that is fair.
At the end of the day,
you're gonna complain, and you're gonna say he cheated, which he might have. We don't know. Ryan denies it. You know, there might be ostarine in his body. Everybody knows it wasn't enough to make him win, but you know what? It's illegal, and so when you get popped, whether it was knowingly or unknowingly, and it's illegal, you got to pay the consequences, right?
So he's paying the consequences now.
So he's gonna pay the consequences of having the call reversed. Yeah. But Haney, you got to give the money back.
Haney, if you're listening to this, you heard Adrian give the money back.
If that loss gets turned into a win, he's got to give the money back.
But I also know that you spoke about something that happened to you.
Yeah. I was like, hey, if the boxing commission reverses this, I need to call MLB and make an appeal that Robinson Cano should give that home run derby back to me. He should give me the W. He got popped afterwards. I should get the home run derby victory.
So now,
what do you think?
I think you deserve it back.
Should I appeal?
MLB. I think we got to start an appeal.
I think if Haney wins the appeal, that there's precedent.
Okay.
Right. If Haney wins the appeal,
you deserve a home run derby.
Then we'll
back.
start chirping and saying, "MLB, give me that home run derby. I need that trophy." That trophy looked really nice.
It looked really nice,
right? That home run derby trophy looked really nice.
Or maybe we put it right here. Talk about sports. Home run derby champ right here.
That's right. Yeah, we could start. Hey, welcome to Talk About Sports. Home run derby champ Adrian Gonzalez.
Can we add to the Hall of Fame now?
Nah,
he was a home run derby.
That's okay. That's good. No, that's good. I don't need to be Hall of Fame. That's for sure. On top of it, Matt Kemp deserves that MVP trophy that Ryan Braun took from him.
MLB.
You know?
If Haney gets this W.
Yeah.
We got some appeals.
We got
to talk about it.
You know, Reggie Bush got his Heisman. Why can't we get ours?
Hey, Reggie Bush really got his Heisman back, which I thought that was never going to happen.
I know.
Yeah, I'm happy for that.
NCAA, well done.
Hey,
well done.
That was an amazing player.
Reggie Bush deserved that.
Respect.
And Johnny Manziel let that. I like that.
There's an update on Wayne Shelton.
There is an update on Wayne Shelton.
Hey, Wayne Shelton, why'd you cash out?
Our $100 wager guy to win $1.7 million cashes out.
I mean, what was the number they cashed out?
80,000. Close to 81,000.
80,000 and change. Well, I mean, he turned $100 into 80,000.
Yeah, that's magnificent.
That's awesome. Now, Oklahoma City ends up losing. At some point, he's like, "Good, great job." Yeah. Oklahoma City wins the whole thing.
Dude, he's shooting.
We need to send a watch party.
He's mad. Sure, Hey, but let's talk about this though.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Josue discovered the story, and then all of a sudden we see Bleacher Report, ESPN,
that's right,
and all these other outlets.
Everybody, right?
But they didn't say
they gotta give us credit though.
They didn't give us no credit.
They have to give us credit. We need to make an appeal. This is the appeal show right here. We need to make an appeal.
Where did you get the story from?
Exactly.
And I mean, they came out with those stories 2 days later after our video went viral on TikTok.
Exactly. Hey, they got to give us credit. All we want is a little credit.
Dude, got to give credit where credit's due, man.
We're not asking for money.
I'll take a little bit of money, but
Make an appeal.
Make an appeal.
Make an appeal. Okay. What's next, I'll say?
Did you guys see Bronny James in this combine? He had a pretty good combine.
Okay.
I have a question for you guys. If LeBron wasn't his dad, would he get drafted?
You know what? Okay. I'm going to start this by saying I've never seen him play before. Okay. I'm going to start this by saying I've never seen him play before, so my answer to this is probably not accurate.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen him play. But from what I've heard from people is that, unfortunately, probably wouldn't get drafted if LeBron isn't his dad. I don't know if he's got the skills.
Yeah.
I've never seen him play. But throughout the NCAA tournament, I didn't hear Bronny is going to carry a team.
USC didn't even make it, right?
They were
terrible.
You're not going to carry a team. He's only 6'1".
Yeah.
He's got to have explosiveness, or he's got to just shoot lights out.
I mean, at the combine, he shot lights out. I think he was 16 for 18.
He's 19 for 25, I believe.
In front of people?
In front of people. In front of all the
No. In front of a defender.
No.
Oh, that's a different story. No. People can shoot. We can find shooters everywhere.
He was also.
Hey, you made a basket. You were 1 for 1. Right? You were 1 for 1.
Hey, I was 1 for 1. Maybe.
Does that make you draft eligible?
I don't know. Maybe I should get invited to the draft, and maybe I'll make 19 for 19.
I mean, it's different when you're in the game. Obviously, he's skilled. Obviously, the fact that he's at the combine, that he's showing himself out, probably deserves to be in the conversation. Yeah. I don't know because I've never seen him play.
And then he was one and done at USC, so it's kind of hard to really
see
where he's at.
I wish him the best.
Yeah.
I wish
Does he get drafted? Yeah. Right? He's going to get drafted.
He's probably going to get drafted.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they have to take a look because you know what? It's in his blood.
Yeah.
He's got the potential to be great.
Got the last name James?
Yep. He's got the potential to be great. Man. And
I should have had Gonzalez on my back, dude. I probably would have got drafted too, huh? Let's appeal this.
Now, I saw something yesterday that's kind of piggybacking Bronny.
Uh-huh.
LeBron James was in Cleveland. We talked about him going to Cleveland to kind of phase out. Now imagine he goes to Cleveland and they draft Bronny.
It's a possibility. And he retires.
He retires
as a Cavalier.
Where he should.
And Bronny takes over the torch, right?
Yeah, I love that story.
And he continues in Cleveland.
And then what's his youngest son? That I think he's going to be really,
I heard he's a
really
better
good.
player. Yeah.
Bryce.
Oh, Bryce.
Yeah, Bryce James, I've heard, is really good. You hear chatter through people that do follow basketball. And the chatter that I've heard, and again, this is not my opinion, this is from people around my circle, is that Bronny is a good player, but he's probably not, he might get to the NBA and do some things, but nothing great. But Bryce might be...
That extra gene was passed.
It's always the younger one. It's always the younger one, right? It's always like the younger or the youngest.
Yeah.
So, but
Bronny James gets drafted to Cleveland. You calling it?
I like it. I like LeBron going to Cleveland and Bronny getting drafted right Cleveland.
They'll definitely play together.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
I think Cleveland's the right spot.
Yeah, I think
it's a great story.
He wants to end his career that way.
Yeah.
I mean, no one else is going to be able to say that.
Yeah. I like it.
Oh, Ken Griffey, right? And his dad.
Yeah.
That's probably the only other story
cool.
that.
I'm a fan of the James family. So, go to Cleveland,
drafted.
do your thing. Get Bronny out there, teach him the ropes. Hopefully he becomes an all-star.
And if not, it's all right.
Yeah.
He made it.
Yeah, he made it.
We're moving on to boxing. Did you guys see the weigh-in? Jake Paul, Tyson?
I didn't, but
that was a weigh-in? I thought they were tickling each other.
Well, sorry, not the weigh-in, but
the face-off?
The
face-off
press conference.
But weren't they like tickling each other's bellies?
Yeah.
I mean, is this gonna be like what type of fight is this gonna be?
I
saw these guys smiling. Like, they went in there serious. They were like, take a look at the replay. They went in like this, and then they went like,
I felt like it was an abuelito versus like his grandson, like, mira, mijo, face off.
Exactly.
It was
that was like, at first I was like, oh, these guys are really going to go after each other. And then I see this, I'm like, this is just this whole spectacle.
This is a joke, dude.
Do you think it's like the modern WWE?
Yes, 100%.
I mean, Jake Paul's brother, Logan Paul, is now the face of wrestling, bro. He's really the face of wrestling now.
I know.
So
they're good at what they do.
Yeah,
they're
entertainment.
Good at I respect what they do. I respect, what they bring and the entertainment and everything. This fight, I'm still not in it. I'm still not about it.
I told you, Jake Paul, the greatest fighter in the world, dude.
Are you buying the VIP ticket package?
Hey, I have a cajita, bro, that gives me every channel.
Wayne. The only reason Wayne bought out is because it was 1.7 and not 2 million, so he couldn't buy the ticket package. So he's like, if I can't buy the ticket package, I'm out.
Jay, you buying it? $2 million. You get floor seats. You get a room, a fight locker room photo.
You get anything Tyson. You can think of.
With Jake Paul it comes to
with Jake Paul and Tyson, you get gloves signed.
The flight, the hotel, the meet and greets. Like
how much is it?
Car services,
$2 million.
Party entrances.
Oh, I'd absolutely not get it. Yeah, I just sit on my couch and use my little black box and watch the fight.
I'm sure somebody's gonna buy it just to say they bought it and get some clicks on.
It's gonna be a scam. They ran somebody's credit card and you got in there.
It's gonna be a friend of theirs that needs to buy it so they can say somebody bought it. So then in the future somebody will want to buy it. So it's just a whole market.
I think you should buy it, Adrian.
Is it a write-off for you, Adrian?
Even if it wasn't write-off, like.
Come on, Adrian. I mean, I would love to meet Mike Tyson. Jake Paul's my favorite fighter, bro.
There you go. You should buy it.
Can you buy it for my birthday?
You should buy it.
My birthday's coming up.
It comes with 8 tickets. It comes with 8 tickets. I see 5 of us here already.
Yeah. So a show of hands right here. Who wants to go to the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson? And Adrian pays. Hey, come on, Jose. You got to raise your hand too. There you go. All right, we win. The majority wins. Sorry, Adrian. We're going to the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul.
Good luck, guys. Have fun. Let me know how the spectacle goes.
Did you guys hear the GOAT is back? Conor McGregor? UFC 303.
303, right?
Who's he fighting?
I believe Chandler?
I'm not a big
What's
UFC
his bid on
fan.
it?
I know.
It's his social security.
You
ever been to a UFC fight?
No.
Adrian, I got to take you,
I
bro.
hear they're the best.
It's one of the greatest experiences.
I have heard that they are the best experiences. Like, yeah, the fight could end in 2 seconds and then it's over.
Dude,
but I've heard like everything leading up to is comparable or even better than the boxing fight.
Dude, I've never seen so many people cheer for someone literally getting their ass kicked.
Yeah.
And it seems like the harder they get hit, the more they just rage.
Yeah. And I know. Yeah, I've heard great things about it. I got nothing but respect for UFC fighters. 1, because they take these fights for no money. 2, they get paired up with like it's not like boxing where it's like this guy can like choose not to fight this guy, to fight this guy, and then fight this guy.
This is matched up.
This is matched up. They're fighting
Dana White.
Best. And everything about that sport is done right except the payouts.
So you want to go watch a fight?
Yeah, I'll go to UFC.
Yeah, he's fighting Michael Chandler.
Michael Chandler. Mm-hmm. See, that I might pay to watch. Just to watch it. But
he's the GOAT. He's the UFC
Conor
GOAT.
McGregor.
No,
sells out.
Who's your GOAT, Adrian?
My GOAT. Well,
from a fighting standpoint, or just in general?
UFC, I would have to say Jones.
John
Jones. Yeah,
that's your GOAT too, Jay?
I would have to say John Jones, just because of the fact that he never lost. He lost because he got disqualified for something.
Yeah.
I mean, Khabib could have been that if he stayed a little bit longer.
But did you ever watch Khabib fight, though?
I watched him fight. I mean,
it's
not,
almost like me and
entertaining.
Adrian just rolling over on the floor.
It's not.
Revolcados, just.
I mean,
that's
McGregor.
That's my Koya. It's just like it just wasn't exciting for me.
McGregor's my GOAT. As far as like entertainment and like tuning in, he's the GOAT.
We know Josue's got a type then.
He's got a yacht, dude. Jones doesn't.
That is true. That's a fight that I would pay for.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't go out of my way to like make sure
I'm gonna take you to a fight, Adrian.
Like I'm not planning my day around that fight, but if I'm like sitting in the couch with nothing to do, I'll pay for that fight. For
badass.
Sure. Yeah. I'll follow UFC a little bit.
So do you have a favorite fighter right now or no?
Yeah, the Mexican.
Who's that?
The guy from Tijuana.
Oh, the Rosales.
Oh, the young kid.
Yeah.
Oh, Brandon Moreno.
Brandon Moreno.
Yeah,
Brandon Moreno. Yeah. Brandon Moreno. Yeah, see, that's how much I know about UFC. He's got to be my favorite. He's from Tijuana, dude. Badass.
So how come you didn't root for Munguia then, dude?
Well, because Canelo's my boy. Canelo dominated, by the way.
Hey, to be honest, Adrian,
Canelo dominated.
I loved Munguia. I loved his effort, but when Canelo grabbed him by his waist and he said, "Levántate, mijo."
In the 12th round?
Yeah, and he was like...
He knocked him out and then he kept him up.
That to me was just like...
That was cool.
It was cool, but it was also like, grow up, buddy. You know,
it wasn't grow up, buddy. It was like, hey, this isn't. This
is a man's sport.
I'm respecting you as a fighter, as a Mexican. I'm not gonna let you go down.
Yeah, like, but I guess like for me, it was...
he from the moment he knocked him down, Munguia had nothing for Canelo.
Exactly.
That punch was the fight, and then after that, he did anything he wanted to do with him.
But I think I found a new respect for Canelo.
100%. I mean, 100%. I already had that respect for Canelo.
Yeah. But it was more like...
It was like, if it was anybody else, he would have knocked him out. Put it that way. If it wasn't a Mexican in there, he would have knocked him out. Yeah, I
thought it was cool he held him up, but at the same time, it was like, bro, this is like... Do you know who you're fighting right now?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It was a little bit of that. It was
you know who you're fighting right now?
Exactly.
Motherfucker Canelo, you know,
Yeah, he's
awesome to watch.
They talk about levels. There's different levels. Until you fight that at that level, everybody thinks you can go in there and do something, and then...
If I was Munguia, I ain't gonna lie, bro, I'd probably hang him up. But just be like, dude...
Hang him up? What are you talking about hanging up? He's got years. Yeah. He's got years ahead of him.
How old is he, 27?
He can get there.
27?
I mean, everybody talks about him. Mayweather did that to Canelo.
Yeah.
You know? And then that made him better.
It's almost sometimes like you got to get the bully to beat you up real good.
Yeah, maybe Haney comes back and becomes a great.
And gets with a W, too.
So on social media, some fans they want to know the story behind the story, Adrian. Last episode, we had Van Slyke on for you lit his shoe on fire.
Yeah.
They want to know what happened in 2014, NLDS. Okay. You and Molina got into it.
Okay.
The fans want to know, what did you tell them?
What did I tell them?
What happened? Break it down.
Break it down. So 2013 is a year that we had probably the best team going into the playoffs, right? We go and play the Braves in the first series.
Yeah.
And we took care of the Braves pretty good. One I don't remember, 4-1. 4 games to 1 in the first series. We had Kershaw, Greinke, it was Hanley, Puig, myself. Like, we had a
solid
great team, right?
Yeah.
And then we go into the Cardinals series, first time playing the Cardinals, and in the first game, in the first inning, they hit Hanley Ramirez in the ribs and take him out of the series. He played through it, but they broke his ribs.
Yeah.
Broke his ribs, right? First pitch, it wasn't like, hey, we're gonna come in on you and we're gonna establish that we're gonna throw at you to make you either get you out of your game but if we hit you, it doesn't matter, right?
So you think it was on purpose?
The pitch was absolutely on purpose. The breaking of the ribs was not.
Yeah.
Okay, it wasn't like, hey, we're going to try to break his ribs. We're going to throw at him a couple times and back him off and get him pissed so he tries to hit home runs and gets out of his game, right? Anyways, they ended up breaking his ribs. And he was a non-factor the rest of the series, and he was not great on defense because his ribs were broken. Offensively, he wasn't good anymore because ribs were broken. We ended up losing the series, right? And like he was our best hitter. Okay, so fast forward the next year, we're playing the Cardinals again. First pitch against Puig, they hit him around the rib area.
Same thing. Yeah, so obviously you're gonna feel some type of way.
So I was on deck. And I was like, no. There was no like ill will going into that moment. But when I saw that pitch hit Puig right around the shoulder, I was like, no. So obviously we know Yadi's a part of that. Yeah. You know, he's in the conversations. And so I went to Yadi. I said, hey, if that's the way you guys want to play it, we can throw down right here.
Yeah.
You and me can take care of it right now. We don't need to be throwing at each other out here with the baseball.
Yeah.
Like you and me take care of it. Obviously, I'm a strategist, so my thought was if we get in a fight, we both get suspended. He's more valuable to their team than I am to my team. Right?
Yeah.
So if he wants to throw down, we can throw down.
This is a chess match right here.
100%. I'm like, hey, if he wants to throw down, we'll throw down. If he doesn't, he's going to back off. He's going to yell and whatever, and nothing's going to happen, right? So, you know.
¿Qué pasó? You got scared?
You know.
He didn't want it?
He stepped up. The umpire obviously got in there.
Yeah.
And then everything, you know, broke down. We had our words with each other, you know, but obviously no punch was thrown, but not one pitch the rest of the series was up and into us, you know. So,
you said I had to step my foot in.
Yeah, I had to step
up for my team. And because of that, bro, there was no more of that.
He pulled out the chancla.
I know, I pulled out the chancla, you know. No, it was definitely like, hey, no, we're not gonna take this.
Yeah.
You know, we're not gonna take this. You can't just feel like you can throw up and in on us, because what happens in baseball, right? They throw at you and everybody's like, oh, what happened?
Yeah.
Now you throw at them and you get your player suspended.
Yeah.
How's that fair?
It's not.
You know? You get hit by a pitch, you go after the pitcher, it's the hitter that got hit by a pitch that's suspended, not the pitcher.
Even though he hit you or he tried to kill you with a fastball.
So it's not the one that initiated the problem that gets suspended. It's the one that reacts to it.
So you think all those should be appealed? And it should go both ways?
Appeal.
Okay. It should go both ways, right?
No, like, you know, I always said, they throw, and everybody knows that they throw. Yeah. They should allow you to throw back.
Just grab the ball.
Not grab the ball. Like, hey, when a hitter comes up, and you throw at them, whoever you choose to, without them knowing who you're going to throw at, once that happens, then the warnings go out. You can't have the warnings go out before that.
Yeah.
Should this be like NHL? You're allowed to just
squash it out?
I think it could. Hey, I got a problem with you. Let's go.
That'll make baseball more entertaining, right?
It would.
But you know what the problem with that is?
What?
It would make it longer, and you know the commissioner wouldn't approve it.
Hey, but at least, or maybe you know the clock. They have the pitch clock, right?
Like a timer.
You get 1 minute.
You get 1 minute, bro.
Go.
You get
go
1 minute.
Right now.
Go.
And it's like a bonus round, you know?
Right.
Whoever wins, they get a run.
And
then it goes back to the game.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You should send that in.
All right, I will. Yeah. MLB. I'll be contacting you.
You know, that was just a reaction to the moment.
And you're in the playoffs, bro.
And you're in the playoffs. Like that was a reaction to the moment. Like I wasn't gonna let them just keep throwing at people.
Yeah.
Have you talked to Molina after that moment?
Yeah.
Or you guys squashed it out?
So what was it? The next year, we're in spring training, and Mike Matheny, who was our manager, reached out, and because Mike Matheny, my agent John Boggs is also Mike Matheny's agent. And so through my agent, Mike Matheny reached out and said that Yadier wanted to have a conversation about the situation.
Yeah.
And so we were able to get on a phone call and talk it out. Be like, hey, you know what? It's, Yadi was like, I'm sorry, we're just, being competitive, Yes, we did throw up and in on purpose, not with the intention to hit him, but
or break ribs, right?
Or break ribs. We are trying to establish, a certain way of pitching because we know that that's going to help us win games, but obviously the balls got out of they weren't thrown in the right place.
Yeah.
So I do want to apologize for that and know that I respect you. And I told him, obviously I respect you as well, great player. And so kind of just squashed it there, and that was it.
So did you say the next one, when you guys play again, you just got to throw it right down the gut so I could hit it out?
No, but they kind of did. So.
That call was the year after, you said?
Yeah, the year after. Yeah, we had a good conversation about it, and I get it. Like if I managed, I would do that kind of stuff. Like, hey,
I would too.
Throw up and in on this guy a couple times. Like,
see how they react, right?
Yeah. Like it's part of the game, right?
Yeah.
But it's also part of the game to defend your players, right? And so,
especially if it's your teammate.
Exactly. Yeah. And so, like, I get that part. Like, but I needed to do something to show, like, to let them know. We're not going to back down. Exactly. Yeah. It was that moment of like, hey, we're either going to just sit back and let them throw at us, or we're going to step up and do something about it, right? So, yeah.
Adrian, how's your feeling about this whole Dodgers-Padres series? Do you feel like it's the new Lakers versus Clippers?
No.
How do you feel about it?
I think it's two teams that are fighting in the division. I think I don't see it as much as the fans see it as a rivalry.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird because when I played for the Padres, our rivalry was the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Right?
That's your World Series, right?
It's not the World Series because you know what? When I played with the Padres, the Dodgers couldn't beat us.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So it wasn't our World Series. Like to us, our World Series was the Giants.
Got it.
When I played for the Padres, right? Because they were the best team in the division, right? We were the second best team, and then the Dodgers were third or fourth best team at the time. So the Dodgers was just like, but to our fans, the Dodgers was the rivalry, right?
Yeah.
And then when I played for the Dodgers, the Giants is the rivalry.
Yeah.
So like the Padres see the Dodgers as the rivalry, but the Dodgers see the Giants as the rivalry. So the Padres kind of like gets kind of caught in between because they need a rival.
Correct.
For the fans. And it's one of those where like you have three teams. I don't know who the Giants see as a rival.
Yeah.
But you have three teams that kind of keep like doing this as far as who's the better team in the division. And right now, I think the Dodgers need to look at the Padres as their rival because they're the better team.
For sure.
But I don't know if it'll be that way in 2 years or 3 years, right?
So as a Dodger, what did you feel? Your rivalry was a Padre or was it the Giants?
No, it was the Giants.
Yeah.
So for me, my rival was always the Giants. Whether, when I was with the Padres, it was the Giants. When I was with the Dodgers, it was the Giants.
So you think it's just more exciting for the fans?
I think so.
When they see the Padres,
I think
beat
when
the
the
Dodgers.
Padres have a really good team, it makes it for a really good, rivalry.
Yeah.
But it's not like a traditional rival.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, this year we can compete. Whether it's either way. I'm not saying that it's obviously the last 10 years the Dodgers have had the best team, in the division. If you go trajectory, obviously the Giants won the division 1 year, but other than that, the Dodgers have won every year. The Dodgers are the ones that are in the playoffs pretty much every year. The Padres did beat the Dodgers 2 years ago, but that was a one-time thing.
Yeah.
So how do I see it right now? I see the Padres having a really good team. I see the Padres obviously they beat them two series in a row now.
2 games out of the series.
Well,
right?
yeah, but then the previous series here in LA, they won as well. So they have a formula that can beat the Dodgers. I think it's a great, match. I think it's a great competition. I think they're going to go head to head a lot. And
I love it, dude. I even love all the memes. Have you seen all the memes?
I have not seen the memes.
So the memes are like kind of like they'll show like thank you for your business, Dodger fans, and then you see a bunch of Dodger fans just walking out.
Well, I know, but this is the part that I don't understand sometimes, right? If the fans don't want the other team's fans to say these things like it's your World Series, right?
Yeah.
why would you make a meme about that when the Dodgers are 6 games ahead in the division?
Yeah.
It makes no sense. Just because you beat them in a series means nothing. You're still 6 games back or 4 games, whatever they are.
Yeah.
Right? If the fans are really being honest, they should be like, hey, that was a great series. Let's keep going. Instead of trying to be like, oh, look, bye-bye. Like, what does that do for you? You're still looking at their backs because
I'm assuming
they're ahead.
it's just bragging rights. Right?
Is it bragging rights if you're 4 games back?
I guess during that week, it's bragging rights, I guess.
But is it bragging rights?
No, it's not.
Exactly. So, like, if I was advising any fan base, don't get too excited over a series because then it sounds like that is your World Series.
That's why I said it,
yeah.
It feels like that was your World Series.
You're proving a point to somebody saying, like a Mookie Betts saying, that is their World Series. Right? When it should be, no, this is just a series. We beat you. We'll acknowledge that we beat you, but we're not going to go make memes about it.
Yeah. So what happens? What happens when you see this walk off and they all start celebrating, jumping in the middle of the field?
Celebrate.
Yeah.
You got to celebrate the win. I like that. Celebrate the win. 100%. Celebrate the win, but don't make it seem like it's your World Series.
Yeah.
You know, like, and the same thing goes for Dodger fans when you beat a team. Like, they shouldn't celebrate it like it's the World Series. They should just be like, hey, we did what we should have done.
Yeah, what we should have done.
Right?
We've been here before.
You know, like, do it right. Like, you know, if you beat them in the playoffs, do all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, 2 years ago, the Padre fans deserved to do all the memes and all the stuff because they beat them in the playoffs. They sent them home.
Yeah, they really did.
They sent the Dodger team home.
San Diego to LA.
So they sent them home, so they deserved every meme that they created. They deserved everything.
Yeah.
You know, they ended up losing to the Phillies. You know, to not go to the World Series, but at that moment they deserved all that.
Yeah.
In the regular season, no.
Yeah.
Unless you're in the lead in the division.
And who's the leader in the division right now?
Well, right now it's the Dodgers.
Let's go.
You know, so you know that's my take on all this. I think it's a great 3-team rivalry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it a 3-team rivalry. Yeah. I'm not gonna say it's
because that's how I feel about it. It's like I don't know which feels more like a rivalry because they're all great games.
Well, today the Padres seems more like a rivalry.
Yeah.
12 years ago.
Do you think it's
Giants.
because Manny Machado's there and he was a former Dodger? Or?
No, Manny Machado. No, he's a great player, but no, he's not bringing it right.
Yeah.
No.
So do you feel like it was prior and it's been this feeling of the rivalry?
I just think it's year to year.
Yeah.
I think it's who's got the better team this year to compete.
Yeah.
You know, who are the top 2 teams this year? This year it's the Padres and the Dodgers. Yeah. Right? 3-4 years ago when the Giants won the division, it was the Dodgers and the Giants.
Yeah.
When I was playing, it was the Dodgers and the Giants. When I was with the Padres, it was the Padres and the Giants.
Got it.
Like, it's who are the 2 best teams in the division that are going to battle it out for the division.
We shall see what happens.
You know, we should see it's going to be a fun one. That's for sure.
We're moving on. What's the hardest sport? I'll go first. I think golf is the hardest sport. What do you guys think?
I mean, they say the smaller the ball, the harder the sport, right?
I don't know about that one.
I've heard the terminology. The smaller the ball, the harder the ball.
I've heard a lot of different takes.
Yeah.
Right. I've heard that golf is the sport that the regular person can feel more like a professional because they can hit that shot that a professional can hit.
Yeah.
Right. Then I've heard that the topic of the hardest thing to do in sports is hitting a baseball, which Deion Sanders did confirm.
Yeah.
Deion Sanders said, like, hey, I played football. I played, obviously played in the NFL. He was a good hooper. He could shoot. He did all these things, but he said the hardest thing to do is hit a baseball, right? That, I think a lot of people have said that the hardest thing to do is hit a baseball. I've heard multiple people say that if you were to take an athlete and put him across every sport...
Baseball players are the best athletes?
Well, if you were to take an athlete and put him across every sport, that a basketball player would be the one that could compete in the most sports.
Really?
Right? Because they say that a basketball player could be a NFL tight end, let's say, or a defensive lineman or something. They could potentially... Probably baseball would be the sport that they probably wouldn't be as good at.
Yeah.
But if they were to go to other sports, let's say boxing, let's say, any of the other sports, that they would compete at a higher level.
Yeah.
But a baseball player is the one that could be okay at every sport.
Yeah.
Because of the hand-eye coordination and just, balance and everything. So it is just a very like topic to topic, person to person type thing. Is the hardest thing to do shoot under par? Probably. But I can't say an average Joe can hit a home run in an MLB game.
Yeah, it's hard.
I can't say an average Joe can throw or catch a touchdown in an NFL game. I don't know. Basketball game probably wouldn't be able to do anything with the defense there. So the hardest thing to do, I don't know. I would have to go with the people and say hitting a baseball. But
yeah, I think, because I've tried to hit a golf ball. I try to kill a golf ball, but they say you gotta let the club do the work.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it comes down to technique, right?
It does.
Hitting a baseball, I know you've shown me, technique-wise, you got to stay centered.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you got to hit it. I can't try to uppercut. I can't. It's just, it don't matter how strong I am.
It's reaction. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a tough one. But you might be right. I think basketball players doing it.
I think the best athletes are basketball players.
You don't think it's soccer?
I've seen soccer players try to catch a ball.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to be good with your feet and your hands. You gotta be able to be good with your feet and your hands, not just your feet. So.
What about marbles? Canicas?
Canicas?
Yeah.
I love canicas.
I know you do.
It's.
You said the smaller the ball, the harder the sport.
Hey. It is. Canicas, bro. Hey. You gotta put a line in the dirt like this.
Yeah.
And then it just goes. It just goes right down the line, bro.
You got it right here. This is my marble.
Yeah.
You go right here.
Vámonos.
You didn't do the whole the forearm.
No, that's the people that cheat. That's the people that cheat. Once you start getting like forearm length, that's just cheating.
El pirrín.
Yeah, exactly. No, Mexico. You grew up playing canicas.
Canicas, bro. Got the big canicas.
Did you ever play Pogs?
Yeah, I had a couple of slammers,
Yeah. Pogs
big old
popular back in the day.
You get it from the chips, all nasty.
Hey, Pogs were
fun.
Those were fun, bro.
You gotta flip it and then slam it.
Tazos, right?
Yeah,
I'll play you Juan on Juan, dog.
Tazos, all that stuff.
A tazo face off?
A Pog face off.
Yeah, that was
Juan on Juan.
In Mexico, it was Tazos.
Tazos?
Yeah. It wasn't Pogs, it was Tazos. What else did we play as a kid? What else did we play? Obviously we played, we were outside all. I know you do a lot of this stuff on your socials.
I did a lot of ding dong bitch, bro.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
that was fun.
I remember
you know what we used to do was, which is probably not good, but we would go. We would go to the swap meets or the tianguis. And you ever see those? They used to be called pedos de bruja. They're like little things that you light up, and they throw out the sulfur smoke that smells like fire.
Oh yeah.
Those little things.
Smoke bombs, no?
Is that what they're
call
called?
Them here, smoke bombs.
Smoke bombs. In Mexico, they're called pedos de bruja. We would go knock and run and throw a pedo de bruja. So when they open the door, all the smoke goes.
Yeah. I got one. I think a little bit worse than you.
We don't have any footage of that.
No, dude. There was no camera phones back then, Jose. I know your childhood was different, but
we used to take a dump in a bag, and then used to light it up on fire, and then knock on the door. So when they open the door, they just see the fire, and they just start slamming. Just slamming cagada right there. We got a couple people with that one.
That's just wrong.
Hey, man.
I think we'll end it there.
Talk about sports. Adrian.
This is what happens after talking about sports.
Till next time.